going on, guys? This is Gene Jensen, and I'm going to show you my tournament setup. All right, to start off with, the foundation for this beast is a Bonafide SS127. I love red. Red's my color. I've got it in red. All right, so to start with, at the front of the kayak, what I've got is I've got the Motor Guide XI3 50-pound thrust with the GPS pinpoint anchor. So I love this thing, absolutely. I've been using it since it was a prototype. It's the best thing I've ever put on my kayak. It just makes fishing just that much more pleasurable. It's mounted on a one objective motor mount, which was made specifically for this boat. These things are rock solid. I've been trying to break them since I got them about a year ago. Just a really, really good deal. Let me take my camera mount off. This is a Yakitek Panfish Pro, or Panfish. I can't remember which one, but one or the other. That's what I use for my front camera. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hatch off. Inside I've got a Dakota Lithium 12 volt 54 amp hour battery. This is not running the trolling motor. This is running my electronics. So if you come back here, what I've got here is I've got a Raymarine Element 9-inch and I've got a Garmin 9-inch. This Raymarine is my down imaging, side imaging, mapping, so on and so forth. The Garmin is strictly for running the Panoptix live scope, which I've got mounted right here. And we'll go into this in just a minute. And I'll show you guys all the details of how I put that together. Coming back up here, I've got the Yakitek Cup Holder. Okay, and this is another one objective deal. This is, it holds all your tools and stuff, and I looked it up and see what the name of it was, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'll leave links and everything to all this stuff down in the description so you guys can look it up. I always fish in the high seat position, 10 inches off the deck. Absolutely wonderful. It's like standing up and sitting down in a lawn chair. I can sit in it all day long, and that I do. I have worn this seat out. It's been a lot of fun. Always a NRS Chinook PFD, a little bit of limb from the tree. This is the new double header from Yakitek. It is a rod holder, and it holds the rod off to the side so you can get to it real easy. It's got two little clasps on it, or two little bands on it. This is coming out at ICAST this year. But I have it to hold my Panoptix. All I do is I pick it up and flop it down right there, and I'll just travel around the lake with it like that, or strap it in. But it's saved me. I've dropped this thing in the water so many times before I got this mount. I was trying to figure out where to put it and everything else. And Yakitek sent me this, and it works perfect for this, and I imagine it would work perfect for a paddle too. All right, so let me tell you about the tournament that I'm fishing this month. It's on TourneyX. It is a benefit tournament for a young man. It's a fundraiser for a young man by the name of JT Brofka. He's a 3-year-old little boy. I got an opportunity in Texas to stay in the same house with his father and learn all about him. This is a very rare disease. This is something that could very possibly take this young man's life, and there's only a few people in the world right now that have it, and there's only a few cases that have ever happened. And in order to find the cure, they've got to raise money to pay the people to look for the cure, and that's what we're doing right now with this benefit tournament. Whether you want to fish the tournament or not, it's already started in July, but the registration is open through the end of July. But whether you want to fish it or not, I would strongly, strongly beg you to go to TourneyX and enter that tournament for $50. And that $50, 100% of it goes to Jason and goes to help in that cause. And we're already at the point where we are able to hire 2 researchers to be able to work on this disease and try to save this little boy's life. So it's the Save JT campaign. I'll leave a link to the website, a link to the TourneyX page, and a link to the video so you guys can see all about it. So be sure to go on to TourneyX and enter that tournament and donate $50. It is a very good cause. All right, so let's dive right back into the kayak and show you the rest of the stuff. But before we do that, know this is only for July 2021. So if you guys watch this after that and you're trying to enter, just go straight to the JT link and you'll be able to donate. All right, so my live scope, my Panoptix live scope from Garmin. I bought this month before last, and I had to rig up the pole to hold it. And this is a Yakitek camera pole. This is the long one. You can see how the water, it being in the water all the time, has basically removed the paint or caused it. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's something going on there, but it doesn't really matter. But everything fit pretty perfect. I did the pole. I did cut the foam and drop some foam down here to give it a better, you know, make it to where it would clamp on real good, and it's nice and snug, and it really is a good setup down at the bottom. Electrical tape makes the signal run better. You don't want to zip tie it. Then a little bit of duct tape to stop it from falling down, but I need to remove that and clean that up because I really don't need it. This is a pole mount from Yakitek. This is a regular lock and load mount, and it mounts directly to the lock and load mounts that I have right here, and one on the other side if I want to use it on the other side. And then another arm for a lock and load right here. And what that does, that tells me what direction the transducer is facing, because it's pointed in the same direction as the transducer. So that's basically my turning handle and everything else. And it spins freely. And that's what it is, all Yakitek stuff, which was, I was amazed that I was able to get all that done that easy. Now, in the back, I have the module. Okay, and I've got power run to it right here into an old camera box. The module's right here, and it really doesn't get too hot. I did have it in a larger box, but it didn't get very hot, so I moved it to the smaller box, and it's still really good. But everything's hooked up here. Got a couple of notches here and up in the lid, so when I close it, it's pretty watertight. A little bit of water can get in there, but not enough to worry about. And it stores right behind my seat, so it's portable. And that was my biggest worry with getting Panoptix. I was watching all these guys get them installed in their kayaks, and they were permanently installing them. I worry about that because people can break into a kayak a whole lot easier than a boat. And so I wanted to make it to where I could remove everything when I was at hotels and traveling, and just switching from boat to boat, the same thing. So that's the way that's set up. Come on back, I've got my catch board, my Catch X board. They had a few of them that you can see, this one's kind of faded out. They had a few of them that were fading out, so they've replaced all those. They're in the process of, matter of fact, laser engraving mine right now, and they're gonna ship it to me. Because mine's faded out. It happens. That's anodized aluminum. That's what happens to it, and it sucks. But they've got a way to fix that. All right, black pack with all of my Plano Edge boxes. Oh, y'all aren't supposed to see that. That's my crankbait that I'll be using today. Jordan just stole my crankbait. All right, terminal box, my little kayak terminal box, chatterbaits, jigs, my bucca bull shads mostly. There's some other different kind of glide baits and stuff like that in there. Swim jigs, that's what I have for this, actually for when I'm leaving here just a few minutes to go fish. Then we go on back, we've got the Yakitek rod holders, my Ninja net, my Yakitek leverage landing net. This is the one you guys see me take out and deploy really, really quick. I think I'm at 0.7 seconds is how fast I can get this thing out and have a fish in the boat. Then in the back, I've got a 12 volt, 100 amp hour lithium battery that runs the motor guide. Now, for a day of fishing, that 54 would do just fine for most of you guys. It would do fine for me, even if I fished all day long, because these things last so long. But my 54's running the electronics because they suck up a lot of energy. So I had to put the 100 amp hour in the back because that's basically all I've got. But I wish I had another 54. We could drop it back there and lighten things up just a little bit. I've got the Bonafide or the Yakitek rudder that I run in the back. And what's nice is I can run that motor guide, I can run it straight and steer with my foot pedals with the rudder. And it really does help while I'm covering the bank and fishing all along the bank and being able to steer and fish at the same time. Really, really great. I don't use my power pole because in the summertime usually, because I'm mostly fishing offshore and it's useless. And so I don't have my power pole in the back. But I do have it on when I'm fishing shallow water. And then last but not least, just in case something happens and I have to paddle, I got my Bending Branches Carbon Pro that stays on the side. And I don't use it so much anymore. Motors have kind of taken over. But that's my kayak rig. That's my setup for my tournaments. But be sure to go and visit the JT links and donate for a great cause and a great little boy. But like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing. Introduce them to my channel. Let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out on the water, go out and catch some fish, and have a great day. Well, we'll see you.